welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Brienne and this is Bree's Knits. Hi everybody. Last week I posted that I was going to put this video out first and then life happened, so I posted the Knit That series first, which I guess it's technically fine with you guys because when I put up a poll on my Instagram, it was very, very divided as to what you guys wanted to see first. And I think only by like 1% did this video win. And usually that's grounds for a recount. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this video out now. For those of you who don't know, I am 6 months pregnant. Now I'm 6 months, kind of just midway through the 6 months. It's kind of hard to tell in this dress. This is a store-bought sweater, but the dress is I got it at a flea market recently, and funny enough, like I was like, oh, it's cute. Maybe it's just like bigger, like a bigger size so I can wear it. And then when I got home, I noticed the label said motherhood and it was just like meant for me. I'm so excited for spring and to wear lighter colors, lighter clothing. I'm so tired of it being so cold. I mean, being from Southern California, right? Like, I mean, born and raised for me, at least, I'm used to not having as of a distinct marker of change for most seasons. I think for us, it really is just like summer or winter. The spring is still very nice and beautiful. You know, you get your days where it's all nice and sunny, and then some days it's raining. But, you know, for the most part, I try to say like, well, when I was a kid, they used to say April showers bring May flowers. So it's kind of what I always hang on to when it's raining, like, oh, it's fine. That means the blooms are going to be really nice this year. And it's true, like California has the super bloom happening again because of all the rain happening. Like even on one of the freeways we take to work, there is some, like they look like poppies, but they could just be orange flowers that are popping up on the side of the freeway. And they're so pretty. Like that freeway is usually, like in the summertime at least, it gets very brown and dehydrated. And it just looks like dirt through the whole drive. And now there's some like, it's nice and lush and green. And then there's the orange flowers popping up, and there's some purple ones happening too. And it's pretty great, but it's like funny because it doesn't happen that, I mean, obviously it's like a seasonal event, right? That one time driving to work, we saw this lady get out of her car, like she parked off to the side of the freeway and decided to take pictures. But there are plenty of places in California, like you can go to Antelope Valley, and like there are other places throughout the state that you can go take a look at these super blooms and take pictures there. You don't have to put yourself at risk potentially and stop on the side of a freeway. But anyway, yeah, so I'm ready for spring basically. However, point of this video is not to hear me chat. I probably will film another one today of like a knit chat, but the point of this particular video is to talk about what I want to knit my baby. So for those of you who don't know, I am having a baby boy. My husband and I are expecting our first child. And it was so funny because throughout this whole time, like even after finding out we were having a boy, we didn't find out through the ultrasound first, like some people do. Now they have like blood tests and stuff. So I found out through blood test and it said I was having a boy. But then, you know, there's like TikTok where people are saying like, oh, when your blood tests say you're having a boy, but your ultrasound say you're having a girl. So when we took when we did the ultrasound, like that was kind of in the back of my mind, but I forgot to ask like the technician, and my husband was the one that was like, "Hey, it's definitely a boy, right?" Because you just never know. And they're like, "Yes, here we'll show you," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, great, solidified." Um, so that just gives me a better idea on what to knit. We already got like a few things for him. We haven't gotten a ton of clothes because my mom was like, baby showers, people give you tons of clothes. They hardly give you anything else. It's just clothes. Um, so we only got a few things. Got a lot of like, I want it to be very like even his nursery. I want it to be like very Winnie the Pooh ish theme. So like yellows, greens, very like cute foresty kind of thing. So kind of going with that palette for the most part, or want to. And I've noticed when I was like going through my likes on Ravelry and actually being like, am I actually going to make this? That I don't want to make too many full-on onesies. I made one recently, but I haven't finished it yet because I got tired of it, and then I picked up one of my next projects for the baby, and I was like, it was just flying off the needles for me. And just, I think honestly, like little baby sweaters are better for me right now. And then even thinking about like the Monday suit, like I thought about it, but then I was like, oh, it just seems like too much. Like I personally don't want to make it for myself and the baby. I would prefer to just have it like buy those and make the sweaters because they're different, or make yeah, that's basically it. Mostly make sweaters, and then I want to make a little like creature friend for him. But that's about it really. There's nothing else that I was really like, oh, excuse me. There's nothing else that I really want to make. I thought about socks, and I kind of asked on Instagram a while ago, like if it would even be worth making socks. Some people said maybe for like the first week for the pictures, because they're so cute and adorable, but realistically, they're constantly kicking off their socks. I think I received one DM of a like Scandi pattern that's supposed to be like really, really long socks, like basically goes up to the baby's calves. And it's ribbed, so it's kind of less likely to just slip off. But again, I was just like, I'd rather have like the footy pajamas, and then that's it. So, and like maybe store-bought socks, but I don't want to struggle because I already know I'm going to struggle with such a small circumference, and then it come to nothing. So I'd rather work on some sweaters from when he's bigger. But I guess without further ado, let's get into the list. I have my notes here on my iPad. Okay, so the first one I have down is the Sunday Morning Baby Romper by Sandra Magalhaes. This is a DK weight pattern, which I've also realized that, this is going to mid-March. So I guess technically this week or last week, whenever I post the knit that video. Anyway, basically I've noticed that ever since I started knitting, like when I first started knitting, yeah, I had DK weight yarn. But then after I started learning, like, oh, you can combine yarns together for different effects, or maybe just for cheaper options, like you can get hand-dyed yarn and fingering weight, and then you can get like a cheaper mohair or whatever, right? So that's basically majority of what I have. It's either I have bulky weight yarn or I have fingering, and then I have mohair. So I need to get some DK weight yarn. But yes, the first one is the Sunday morning romper, which I think is a really cute, like a lot of her patterns that are onesies are rompers. But I think it's really cute. I think the reason why I was having issues with her, well, not with her, but the other onesie that I said I just made was from the same designer. It's the Spring Blossoms Duo Baby Romper. I just did it in a bamboo viscose blend yarn from Hobby Lobby, I believe. It's fine. I think I was just getting tired of working back and forth, and I kind of hated seaming. I know the Sunday morning one has some back and forth and then works in the round, but I think the working back and forth is not as much as the other baby rompers that she has, so it's doable and manageable. But I think it's such a cute classic little romper. My baby is due in June, like the mid to end June. We'll see what actually happens, but I was thinking more like for the end of the year. That could work for him because yeah, I guess it's mostly pretty warm over here, so that's why I wanted to do the Spring Blossom, but then I got really tired, and then because the yarn itself, I've heard bamboo is very like splitty, and it definitely is. Sorry, something was happening with one of my animals. I'm like, what's going on? Anyway, so bamboo is definitely splitty. I don't like that. I love the effect it gives, but just the experience itself is definitely not fun. I have worked with True Boo also from Lion Brand. I love how soft it is, but I hate the experience of how splitty it is. It's just not fun. People have just said like, well, yeah, it's bamboo, it's gonna split, but I don't know. Like at that point, I would prefer to just make it in merino wool in a fingering weight because I can't. But it came out nice. The only thing I need to add on now is the straps and the buttons for that one. But anyway, for the Sunday morning baby romper, I definitely want to work it up for like maybe the autumn/winter. Probably won't be for right when he's born. The next one I have in mind is the baby Aosta sweater by the Knit Purl Girl. This one is also a DK weight pattern. I think this one would be so cute. She has the picture for her sample is like a very beautiful like sage green color, and I really like that color. I was thinking of something like that, but because I want to make it for when he's like maybe in the autumn time, I want to make it for him when he like, let's see, June. So like 3 to 6 months old. I do want to make it in a lighter color. I don't want it to be like a obvious like primary color or a deep jewel tone. I want to make it like a pastel kind of color. I don't know, it could look cute in like a rust, but I think that sage is really pretty, so I don't know, I might just end up going for a sage color in that one. But it's cute, and I also think I like the way that the Aosta sweater looks, but I'm not familiar with that type of stitch that she utilizes, so I also think a baby sweater pattern would be a good way to introduce that. But also it just looks really cute and looks like it would be a really cute classic sweater for a baby. I mean, I say classic, that babies grow in like 1 week, but I still think it would be cute, at least if not for a couple of weeks, just for one picture. I think it'll be cute. And then did I say it was a DK weight pattern? It is a DK weight pattern, in case I didn't mention that. The next one is actually something I'm currently working on right now during this video. It's the good old Raglan. It's a free pattern by Twisted Knitwear. It is a DK weight pattern. Okay, I am actually almost done with this raglan sweater, kind of. Yay, look it. Oh, I love how it looks even on the camera. It looks so cute because sometimes I've been working on this. I've had I had one swatch that I was working on last Wednesday. I think I actually started this last Wednesday also. But I had thick stripes, like the white and the blue, and then not that many brown in between. And I had these thin stripes on there too. And I was like, oh, which one? Like, everybody help me. That one was split too. At the end of the day, I just went with the thin stripes because I think I like it better. And I actually really love the way it's coming out. It's so cute. It's so precious. Every time, like, I was done with one stripe and I was like, this is so cute. And then I think, like, there's no way he's going to fit into this. Like, I don't know. I'm thinking of my baby now. Like, according to the online things, he basically can fit like 2 palms of your hands. So I'm like, there's no way. Like, this is already too big, you know? But this one is the 3 to 6 month range. So it is pretty big. And then sometimes I'm like, and I'm like, oh, I can't even imagine carrying like this little thing on my arms, but it's pretty cute. So yeah, so I started working on it last Wednesday. Might have gotten the body done by Saturday, but work was pretty hectic this week. We had a really big event happening Friday night. I don't know why I said it like that. But yeah, it was this has been going really well. This pattern has been going by really fast. I think I just really like this pattern in general. I've made another raglan baby sweater before for my husband's cousin when she was pregnant. I finished that one in like 2 days. This one I've been taking my time also because I myself am actually pregnant. So this time I am sleeping more often I just get tired. Like Saturday, I was working on it. I was like pretty determined to try to finish it. But then in the afternoon, like things like late afternoon, like 3 or 4, I had to stop myself and just be like, okay, I'm going to take a nap because I am very tired. And like, I could kind of feel myself like, you know, you're knitting. And I was watching TV with my husband and then I started going like, okay. So then I was like, okay, time to go to sleep before I mess up anything or drop some stitches because I don't want to drop stitches. That'd be very bad after working so hard on it. So this one is definitely a good pattern, I'd say, for babies if you know somebody in your life who's going to have a baby. Also, it's weird because I worked stripes before in my lifetime. And for some reason this time around I couldn't get my head around it. So the side looks kind of messy, but I'm hoping that with blocking and after weaving in the ends it'll look fine. But we'll see. So I'm almost there, almost done. It's so cute. Look at that. Ugh, I love it. This yarn was actually going to be, like this combination too, was actually going to be a beanie for myself. But I'm really happy with what I was able to use the yarn for instead. The brown yarn is Rowan Soft Alpaca. I got it from my, sorry, I fell. I got it from my local yarn store. It was actually on sale. I think it ended up being like $12 a donut. Most of this was one donut ball. And I think it wasn't until like about here that I had to introduce the second one. So it's, yeah, this has gone, like the yarn has gone a long way. Such a soft fabric it's made up. I love it. I absolutely adore it. I'm kind of hoping that if I go back, maybe they'll have some more alpaca, soft alpaca. Maybe I can make the baby Aosta in it with more, hopefully more color options. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, and then the other two, the white and the blues, are scrap yarns that I had in my closet. I don't remember what the cream was, but the blue is Knit Picks Glossy DK. Before I keep talking about it, it's not technically a knitting podcast, so I should just keep going. Okay, so the next on my list is the Forest Friends Dolls by Esther Braithewaite. This is also a DK weight pattern, but they're so cute. They're so adorable. I found these when I was looking for something to knit my sister-in-law for her baby. And these little animals are so cute. Like I said, I want to do very like Winnie the Pooh, very woodland. So these Forest Friends are super ideal. And they're like, they look like little bowling pins almost. I just think they're so cute. So definitely want to make those. Not sure if I said it already, but it's a DK weight pattern. And I think even for that one is like, I have some acrylic yarn still left over, and I think that one was the suggested yarn is Paint Box DK, which I definitely do have. I have some browns and I have a cream color, so we can make the little fawn friend that's there. So I think that's cute. I might have some orange laying around. I don't know, but I definitely have some gray for the wolf. So that's going to be, or is it the wolf or the raccoon? I will definitely have pictures here, but yeah, they're so cute. So I would like to make one. So we'll see if I do. The next one is also a stuffy. It's the Little Tearoom Bears by Sarah Hickson. Yes, can't even read my own writing. This one is a worsted weight pattern. It's pretty cute. The bear itself is like little and then has like massive feet. And then you can make like little different overall colors for it, which I think is very cute. I think for this one, it's not going to be a total rush because not like the baby can really have like plushies to sleep with right away anyway. So the plushies won't be like too much of a rush. I mean, most of these aren't really that much of a rush because it'll be for the end of the year anyway. But these are things I definitely want to knit baby, hopefully before he comes, because I really don't know what I'm going to feel like after he comes. So we'll see. But that's another stuffy that I think would be very cute. The next thing on my list is the Olives Wrap by Pernille Larsen, which is, I believe, the creator and founder of Knitting for Olive. This one is a fingering weight pattern, which thank goodness I have a ton of fingering weight yarn. But it's just cute. It's like a wrap. It's a wrap top basically. It's a long sleeve top, and then you can close it up here with buttons or with ties. So I think that's very cute. That one I could see myself making for him when he first gets here. So like I said, I think that one's just really cute. I like how it looks. Probably won't do stripes. I'll probably just do like a normal one solid tonal. I don't really know what kind of yarn I'm going to use for this yet, but we'll see. The next one I have on my list is the Willems. It's probably Williams, but Willems overalls by Petite Knit. This one in particular is a sport weight yarn. I do have some scrap sport weight yarn. I don't know if I have enough, but I can definitely try. It's like an overall, basically like an actual overall pattern. This one I would definitely want to do for the autumn/winter time, probably more so autumn. They're like long pants, and this one is made with wool. And the reason why I say this one is made for wool, because on my list is also the Willems summer overalls, which I will probably do hopefully before he gets here. This one is in fingering weight. I believe you use plant-based yarn, but I guess it's whatever is accessible for you. But yes, the Willems summer overalls I also would like to do. They're just the overalls, but short version and in a plant-based yarn. So I think that one those two would be really nice to have in the baby's wardrobe. And then the next two are also Petite Knit. The coming in at number 8. Right? No, coming in at number 9. Sorry, 9 is the Festival Sweater Baby by Petite Knit. This one is also a fingering weight pattern. I've seen this around ever since I've seen Petite Knit posted the Festival Sweater Junior. I've always thought it was really cute, and I really wanted to make something like that myself whenever baby comes around. I need to figure out what kind of color combinations I would want. I do have a lot of scraps, but the scraps don't make sense with each other, so I don't know. I think I'd have to purchase new yarn. So we'll see. But then that one will probably definitely be for like 6 to 9 months. And then the last one is definitely going to be a 6 to 9 month kind of pattern. This one is the Moby Sweater Baby by Petite Knit. It obviously has taken the world by storm, that pattern. With just cause, I think it's such a beautiful pattern. I've definitely wanted to make it, but again, because of my tiredness and everything, I just couldn't see myself doing it right away. But, you know, also with baby knits, it gives you an opportunity to try out things and try out a pattern at a smaller scale, literally, and then see if you would like to proceed to the adult sizing, which I think I will. But this is basically my list. I kind of limited myself to 10 because I know that if I do any more than that, I will probably get very overwhelmed. And kind of also reminding myself too along the way, like, hey, I don't need to knit this right away. Like, there is a deadline, but there's not a deadline. Like, the only person holding me to that deadline is myself. But it's very exciting to be able to make stuff for the baby. I think I'm almost done with the body ribbing. So that's exciting. After this video, I'll be able to cast off and then start working on the arms. My mom, when I showed her the sweater, was like, "You're gonna make him a sweater without arms?" I'm like, no, that's how you construct sweaters. You do the body first and then the arms later. Although I am definitely a little nervous about doing the stripes on the arms because I want it to make sense, but I know on the pattern too, it kind of has like you're gonna knit this far along and then start your stripes. So that's really helpful. And then also, again, just another good word for the good old Raglan, since it's also a free pattern. I really appreciate the details that are in it for a free pattern. Yeah, I don't know what else to say other than that. And you can obviously do one without stripes. You can do different variations. I just really wanted to use these colors all together, and I'm gonna have probably some extra yarn. So I don't know if I should make him an accompanying beanie. That could be cute, right? I could probably make a hipster hat for him, but I guess I'll see how much yarn I actually have left. But I also have a lot of the cream and blue color left as well, and I will definitely have a lot of it left after the sleeves are done too. So we'll see. But yeah, that's it, everybody. That's my list of what I want to knit the baby. We'll see how far along I get before I get far along. Thank you guys so much for spending your time with me. If you would like to, please consider sharing, liking, subscribing, all that jazz. And I'll just see you next time in the next video. Bye.